All right. So we are finally live on Instagram, TikTok, and and YouTube. Sorry, this section is coming at this time. I had a busy day and I promised myself I was going to do this video today. So today we are going to be talking about email marketing. So those of us that cannot be awake, you can go and sleep. Later, you watch the replay on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Instagram. All right. So email marketing. What's email marketing? Permit me, when I'm looking like this, I'm looking at people on Zoom. There are few though. Here is TikTok and here is Instagram, then YouTube people. All right, so email marketing. What is email marketing? Now, email marketing is your ability to market your goods or your services through an email. All right, it's more about building relationship with a specific kind of people or a specific set of people and communicating with them until they become customers, and not just becoming one-time customer, until they become repeated customers. All right, so that is what email marketing is all about. So email marketing is not about you selling, just selling, but it is more of relationship building, relationship development. um it's more of relationship building, it's more of relationship development, it's more of relationship management. That is actually what email marketing is all about. So with this being said, you need to know that there's a difference between selling and marketing. There's a huge difference between selling and marketing. So marketing does not necessarily involve selling, meaning you can market a product without actually selling that product. All right, so marketing is creating awareness about something. It's not necessarily that you selling something or telling people to take action on something, to buy something. No, that is not marketing. Marketing is you creating an awareness of your product, you creating an awareness of your service, you creating an awareness of your brand. For example, you can market your services as someone that can make cocktail, and everybody sees you as, there's this name they give themselves, I've forgotten, something, I can't remember, but there's this name professional cocktails give themselves. So if you market yourself as someone that makes cocktail, and everyone sees you and know you as someone that makes cocktail without you actually selling the cocktail to them. All right, this is what is called brand awareness. So the moment people agree that you are a cocktail mixer or a cocktail mix expert, all right, in their mind, once they agree with that in their mind, you have successfully built a brand in their mind. And guess what? When they like you, when they know you enough, they like you and they trust you, they can buy anything that you're selling to them. All right, so that is what it means to be to market. All right, so it's very important you note the difference between selling and marketing. Marketing does not always necessarily involve selling. Marketing is more of creating an awareness of a product or a service, or even creating an awareness for your brand. All right, so it's important for you to know that when you are marketing, you are not just asking people to buy something or click on a button to pay for something. No, that's not marketing. Rather, you are marketing yourself as a cocktail mix expert, using the example I gave. So you can remove the cocktail mix expert and put in your profession and what you are doing. All right. So if you have a product that you want to sell, you can market it first to shape the perception of people. And then you now do what? You build a demand by creating awareness. When people know you enough for something, it has created an awareness for them. And now that becomes a brand. For example, when someone talk about which name will I use now? For example, in Nigeria, when you hear about Obi Kubana, what comes to your mind? Wine, hotel, transportation company, restaurants, real estate. When people hear about Stephen Akintoye, what comes to your mind? Real estate. Okay, because they've actually built brand for themselves. When you hear people like Sam Harvard, what comes to your mind? Anything making money online, growing your business online. When it comes to someone like Nigeria Branchik, what comes to your mind? Someone that helps people grow their businesses online. Also, someone that helps people grow their businesses online. Some people see me as a website designer. Some people see me as a digital marketer. Some people sees me anything that help people grow business online. Okay, so that is a brand. Okay, so if you have a product that you want to sell, you can market it first to shape the perception of people and then build a demand by creating awareness. So hence, when you're marketing is your ability to shape people's perception of you, and then later you can build a demand on that. So now, having understood what marketing is, which means marketing is not selling. Now let's now talk about email marketing. Okay, so email marketing is different from email selling. All right, hope you get that. I've been able to make us understand the difference between marketing and selling. Now, when it comes to email marketing is different from email selling. All right, so you will not get any form of success when your email is always about selling, selling, selling something. Funny enough, there was a time when I ventured into the online business. I was so salesy, like anything, sell, sell, sell. But along the line, as I was learning and as I was growing in my career, I had to understand this a hard way. Like email marketing is different from selling. Okay, so you will not get any form of success when your email is about selling something to your email list. Rather, you market, you build trust, you create awareness of your brand. And I'm going to teach you how to market, not sell, but market, how to build awareness of your brand. Okay, so email marketing is just like every other social media, it's just like another social media connection platform. But this time around, you connect with people who has given you permission to connect with them. And when you connect with them, you give them what? You give them content for free. How do you build a relationship with them? How do you build and manage your relationship with them? Is by you being able to give them content for free, and not just any kind of content. Your ability to give them valuable content that can actually solve a problem in their life. So it's a perfect way for you to position yourself in the mind of your readers or your audience. That is email marketing in a personalized manner. You know, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok is like a general place, but email marketing help you personalize your communication and your connection to an individual through a list. All right, so they have to see you as someone that wants to assist them and not someone that wants to sell to them. Email marketing, they have to see you as their friend, the way, you know, paddy, the way your pal treats you, the way you communicate and interact with your friend. That is what email marketing is all about. Okay, so the lesson number one here I want you guys to understand is that I don't stop selling to your email. Don't just build an email list for the sole purpose of selling to them. No, that is like the third thing you should think of. The first thing is your ability to build a relationship. So don't sell to your email list at the first point of contact, but you can market to them at the first point of contact. And how do you market to them? You market to them by what? By way of shaping their perception about a subject matter. So when you shape their perception about a subject matter, so that they can decide to sell, so that the day you decide to sell, it's going to be an easy sale. Why? Because it will be easy for them to exchange, to transact with you, to change money in your hands with you. All right. So that is very, very important. That's very, very important. Okay. So market yourself, build a brand, shape their perception, and give them value through your content. And guess what? When you succeed in doing this, people will be able to do what? People will be able to, okay, sorry, TikTok is distracting me. People will be able to do business with you. You'll be able to sell to them easily. They'll be able to buy from you easily. That is what it does. All right. So, but I also need you to remember that your sales pitch or the offer that you are going to make must be in disguise in form of value, by teaching people things for free in a form of value. So when it's time for you to sell, when you know that you've built your KLT principle, whereby they know you, they like you, and they trust you. When you want to sell, you sell to them in an indirect way. You sell to them as if you are not selling, because of the value you've given to them that has helped them so much. They feel indebted. Oh, I just have to. If she has given this much, I just have to buy this. All right. Then in the process, make them an offer with a price or a stack of bonuses for what? For free. So don't be salesy in your email selling. All right. Market to them first, then indirectly sell to them without selling. Okay. So rather than focus on marketing by giving excess value, okay, instead of you selling to them, rather focus on marketing, give excess value to your email list and create offer and bonuses around and in between the content that you are giving them for free in disguise. All right, not directly but in a disguised manner. Okay, so here is the definition of email marketing. Like I've given us the definition before, but let me redefine it in a more simple way that will help you understand better. Now, email marketing is your ability to use email to teach people, to communicate with people, to inform people, and to share or sell something to people. Let me take that again. Email marketing is your ability to teach people, communicate with them, inform them, share something with them, or what? Sell to them. Do you see? Selling is like the last part. Okay. But remember when I said earlier that selling always comes last. So before you sell anything, ensure you put up 3 marketing training content or value driven content for them. You've had someone like Gary Vee, you say jab, 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 hook, meaning give free content at least 7 to 10, 15 times, then do what? Demand for a sale. And the best way for you to do this is to upsell. When someone is done buying something from you, you can upsell them another product or upsell them another service. But you have to get them to buy the first thing first from you first. And you can achieve this by building relationship with them. I've had a lot of clients that I've had repeated transaction with, as in they bought from me the first time. I was able to upsell to them, but not really immediately, not directly, but indirectly. Why? Because I have been giving them so much value for free. All right. So it's very important that you have relationship building in your mind. Okay, you have to get them to buy from you first before you can do what? Carry out a repeated transaction with them. For example, let's take for example the best crowd that I can sell to right now is you guys listening to me right now. Though I know many of you are sleeping, but when you wake up and see me day, I show up every day across all social media. You guys listening to me right now, you are the best group of people I can sell to right now. Why? Because you trust me. Why? Because you like me. Why? Because you know me. All right. And that is the truth. Because I've been giving you a lot of value. And through my value, you're learning, you're implementing, and it's been helping you. And guess what? When I want to sell something to you, you will not think twice to do or to buy from me. Is that not true? Especially those of us on Zoom. All right. So same way for you guys as well. How can you make whatever list you are building right now to get to a point whereby it can be so easy to sell to them? Because statistics says that for every number of lists you have in your email list, if you have 1,000 email lists, that 1,000 email list should be giving you at least nothing less than $1 every month. But it doesn't happen like that overnight. And that's why list building is very important as a business person, no matter what you're selling. Okay? Because it's a way of building a personal relationship with your audience, with your community. Okay, so remember, don't start selling. When you start building your list, or the first time you come in contact with your list, don't sell to them. Always start with a conversation by building relationship with your list. Build relationship, interact with them, inform them, bond with them. All right, give them excess value, then sell to them indirectly without selling. Okay, and I've said it. How do you sell to them indirectly without selling? By putting your offers and your call to action in between the content you're giving them. That is when you've already built a relationship with them. Okay, so having said that, um, before you start your email marketing journey, there are 6 strategies you need to learn first. And this 6 strategy, I'm going to be very fast with them, very fast with them because of time. Because I know some of you that are live here, you want to go and sleep because tomorrow is Monday, but Monday is like a resting day for me. Weekends are like the most busiest period for me, but Monday is like a less stressful working day for me. Okay, so it seems like my week is like we have a reversal of what our week look like. Okay, so the 6 strategy you need to use or you need to learn in order for you to do what, start your email marketing journey, number one, you need to set a goal, a clear, crystal clear goal. You need to set a goal. All right. You must have a goal that is tied to your product or your service. For example, if my goal for this month is to sell 150, is to make 150 sales of my product or my services within the next 3 months, so May, June, July, between now and July, I want to make 150 sales of my product or my services within 3 months using what, email marketing. Okay, so number one, you must set your goal. You must have your magic number. You must be clear on the goal you want to achieve. No, because the truth is, money is a game, so you must know your numbers. All right, how much do you want to achieve? Divide it by the number of um by the number of sales, or the number divided by the price of your product. Know the number of people that have to buy your product in order for you to achieve that amount of money per month, per week, and per day, and do what, go all out to ensure that you get these customers. All right, so number one is your goal. Number two is audience. There are about 20 type of audiences. For example, I personally, I have up to 20 audiences that I can go about to sell my product or service to. So the second strategy I need you to pay attention is your audience. You need to know your audience. You can tell yourself, this month, which audience do I want to focus on? Okay, so this is what I do. I build out, or I make a list of the 20 type of audiences I have, because I can sell to all of them, but I choose to focus on one audience per time. Okay, so if I say this month I'm going to focus on audience A, I'm going to make sure that the goal I'm setting is going to be around them. My content is going to be around them. Everything I'm doing is going to be around them. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is to define my audience. And for me to define my audience, I also have to do what? I also have to achieve a particular thing, which is what? To define my product. Because I cannot start selling to my audience without having a product. For example, if I say this month I want to focus on hair vendors. Now the question is, what products do I have that I'm going to sell to them that is going to be valuable? Okay, so while you are knowing your audience, you must do what? First of all, define your products. Know your audience that you want to sell to part time, then define your products. There must be a product or a service that you want to sell before you can know which audience is supposed to buy from you part time. So before you talk about your audience, know your product. Which product you want to sell? That will tell you the audience that you need to buy to. Okay, hence your goal on your product, your goal on the product you want to sell is directly equal to the audience, which are the people that you want to sell that product to. So when you set your goal, then you define your product, then you identify your audience. Who are the people that this product is right for? Okay, sometimes when you define your audience, then you define your product, or you define your product, you define your audience. All right, so that is number two. Number three is what? Value. From the audience you've selected or you've identified with, the audience you've defined, all right, what kind of value do you want to give them? You want to know what type of value that you're going to be giving to this group of people that will give you their money in return for the products they are buying from you, in respect to what you're about to sell to them, be it your product or your services. All right, so what is the value you're giving them? Remember, relationship building can be built in one day. Sorry, relationship building cannot be built in one day. All right, it takes work, it takes time. Sometimes some people will tell you within 30 days, some will tell you within 90 days, but it's a everyday game. Okay, you don't just say, I'm going to build relationship today and start selling tomorrow. No, it takes time and is a process. Okay, so always remember that relationship building can be built um, can be built by informing them, entertaining them, educating them, and communicating with them, forming a bond with them. Okay, so the free value that you have prepared could be like a 10 days or a 30 days daily email marketing sequence where you are giving them so much value regarding or related to that particular product you want to sell to them, depending on what you want to sell. All right, so you like craft out a message, the content you're going to do for 30 days back to back. Okay, so you need to first create the free value you're going to give to this audience, before you now go in to do what's build your list. You don't just come out and say, email marketing, I want to start doing email marketing right now. No. First of all, set your goal, define your product, identify your audience, then create a value that you're going to give them in the process of your email marketing through the valuable content for at least 30 days. All right, for at least 30 days. Okay, so once you've done this, within that period, you're building a relationship with them. So once you've have this covered, the next thing you need to do is to do what? Build your list. And now for you to build your list, you need to create what I call a lead magnet. Now, what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is that thing you give to people for free that can be relevant in their life and also related to your product. So that when you give it to them for free, you form relationship with them and do your email marketing for 30 days, giving them free content. Then later you can now do what? You can now upsell to them. That is what you can do. All right, so you build your list. The next is what you create your lead magnet. Now, what is a lead magnet? You always need a why do you need it? Sorry, why do you need a lead magnet? Now, you always need a lead magnet in order for you to build your list, because for people to give you permission to send them a message, for people to be willing to exchange their name and their email, in most cases phone number with you, there must something that you're giving to them that is so valuable to them for them to say, okay, take my email in exchange for what? This. All right. So it could be a free value that you're offering to them at any time, or it could be a free ebook, whatever it is you're giving them for free that is going to help them, that is valuable and very essential to them. That is what a lead magnet does. So when you are able to create your lead magnet, the next thing is what you do, what you create your traffic. Now, where do you get your traffic? Traffic are your leads, your customer, potential customers. So what is your traffic source? How do you get to these people? Okay, so your traffic source, which can also be called your audience address, the people that you want to sell to, this audience, where are they located? Where can you find them? All right, so know your traffic source. There are different kinds of traffic source. It could be online, it could be offline. If it's online, your traffic source could be Instagram, it could be Facebook, it could be Google, it could be YouTube, it could be Pinterest, it could be TikTok. Wherever it is, you need to know the address of your audience. Where are your audience located at? So that you can market to them, to give them the lead magnet that will draw them into your list. Okay, so that is very, very important. You need to know where your audience are staying. Okay, where can you find your audience? So find your audience. So when you find your audience, you need a you need a lead magnet to do what? To draw them in. Okay, so when you draw them in, then they enter into your list. And when they enter into your list, you can now start building a relationship with them. All right, so find your audience that needs your lead magnet by what? Identifying your traffic source. Okay, so having said that, let's talk a little bit about lead magnet, because I can see someone saying on TikTok, someone is saying I should explain more about lead magnets. Okay, so lead magnets, how do I do? Okay, let me just say something brief about lead magnets, which I know I've said. Maybe you're just joining right now. Okay, so lead magnet is that free valuable content or that free valuable gift that you can give to people in order to attract their attention, to give them more details about that thing that you say that you're going to give them for free, or that reward that you say you're going to give them. So example, I create a lead magnet for let's say, since I'm a business consultant, I create a lead magnet for business owners. Okay, so I'll first ask myself, what can I give to these business owners who need more sales? Right now, you are here with me. Okay, at the end of today, I can decide to give you guys a lead magnet. Besides, I'm going to give you a lead magnet. Okay, so I can ask myself, what can I give to business owners today who need more sales? So that I can, so that when I give them that thing, they can willingly and freely give me their names, their phone number, and their email as a way of a permission for me to do what? To communicate with them, to send them emails. Because you don't just build a list without people's permission. People must permit you. And the only way they permit you is when they exchange, when you're giving them something of value and they say, okay, you would say, okay, this is something free. For you to get this, fill your name, your phone number, and your email so that I can send it to your email. And once they fill in their details, they've given you permission. Okay, so hence you have to decide what lead magnet will I use to get my audience. Okay, so but you need to note that you need to know that your lead magnet must be something that is easy for you to give out, that will not cost you much. All right, because remember, you're giving it for free. Okay, it must be something that is very important and essential for your audience type, that can solve their pain points, all right, that can solve a pressing need, and you can easily give it for free. Okay, so I have a set of audience, but what is their pain point? For example, if it's business owners, their pain point is that they want to make more sales online. So that is the pain point, more sales. Okay, so remember, business owners are too generic. That is for me right now. Actually, if I'm going to do this lead magnet in a real time, I'm going to still go and break it down, because it's very important to be specific, because the more generic you are, the more difficult it is for you to make sales or to even communicate to your ideal customer. So instead of me saying business owners, I can decide to say hair vendors. So what did I do? I just niched down to a particular group of people. Okay, so that is what you need to do in your business. You need to look for a specific crowd, not being general, because when you are generic, you tend to you're going to make sale, but your the messaging is going to conflict. All right, so the more specific you are to the group of people you want to serve, the more effective your communication is with them, and the more sales and attention you grab from them. Okay, so instead of me saying business owners who need more sales, I can come out and say, are you an affiliate marketer promoting different products, but you don't seem to be making enough money online, or you don't seem to be making enough sales? Okay, people are not buying from you. Then stay tuned, I have a solution from you. Sorry, I have a solution for you. Now see what I did. Instead of me saying, are you a business owner who need more sales, I decided to pick a niche. Now there are different kinds of business owners, more than hundreds of them. Okay, but I decided to choose affiliate marketer. Or I can decide to say, are you a hair vendor who has been posting daily online on your social media, but you are not having anybody asking you about your product, no likes, no click, no messaging in your DM, and you need more sales? Stay tuned, I have a solution for you. All right, so that is, I can take that route. Okay, I could decide to wake up and say, okay, let me work with skincare vendors. I can say, are you a skincare vendor who is posting every day, but nobody seems to be buying your skincare products? Now, stay tuned or stay glued. Or I can say, click on the link below and download a PDF file. It could be a checklist or something. I'll just coin something and say, this will help you solve your problem. Something like that. Okay, so there are different kinds of lead magnet. It could be an ebook, it could be a product, it could be a consultation, free consultation. But just know that whatever it is that is valuable that you are giving to people as a gift must be free. Okay, so that is what lead magnet is all about. So what I just did right now, I was able to show you that instead of me being generic saying business owner, I was able to say, okay, let me serve the affiliate marketers. Okay, let me serve skincare vendors. Okay, let me serve hair vendors. Okay, so whenever you are creating a lead magnet, you need to do your best to ensure that you are specific, very specific to the niche pain point. All right, because when you're specific, you're able to identify the pain point of the group of people that you want to sell to. Okay, or that you want to build a relationship to in order for you to sell something to them later. Okay, so this will make your lead magnet specific, and it will help you personalize your messaging and make your audience personalized. All right, so the closer or the more personal your message is to your audience, the more specific you are with the message that you are giving to them, the more specific you are with what you're going to use as your lead magnet, the more specific you are in the things you're going to use to run your lead magnet campaign, and the better attention you're going to get, the better attention people will pay to you. Because guess what, you can't sell to everybody. If you're trying to sell to everybody, you're selling to nobody. And that is why it's very important for you to niche down. It's very important for you to identify a specific group of people and speak directly to them. One of my mentors will call it the power of one. Speak to one person. All right. So it's very, very important for you to do that. Okay. So the closer and the more personalized your message is, the better attention you get from your target audience or your ideal customer. Okay. So hence, when you're setting up your strategy and your audience specification, you must have what a specific lead magnet, a specific audience. You must have your goal, and you must ensure that your strategies are in line. And guess what? You have to be as specific as possible. Okay. For example, let's use another example. Let's say, are you a student or a graduate or a core member in Nigeria, and the cost of living is killing you because of the low alawi or the low, what's that thing? There's something they call it. Sorry, I'm not in that line of employment. Is it minimum wage? Yeah, I think. So are you a core member, a graduate, or a student, or an employee in Nigeria, and the cost of living is killing you because of low minimum wage or low allowance for you to run your daily lives with, okay, or even low salary is not enough? Guess what? I have something for you. Click on the learn more button or click on the button below to get XYXZ that will solve your ABC. All right. So look at what I did. I decided to speak to students. Okay. I could come out and say, okay, are you a student who is struggling to live the best of your life, but your income is nothing to write home about? I have something for you. Then I'll go ahead to tell them what I have for them, and for them to download or gain access to my lead magnet. Okay. So when I say, are you a student living in Nigeria, and you are trying to, I'm specific, students living in Nigeria, a specific location and a specific pain point, they are trying to live their best of life. Okay. But their allowance is too small, is not enough. Okay, so I'm more specific in the pain points that I'm dealing with. Now, if you write this message, or if you write your message in a way that you're calling out your audience, you are calling out that particular person. For example, I said, are you a student? Are you a core member? Are you a youth living in a particular location? Guess what? Every student, every core member, every youth living in Nigeria is going to do what? Is going to pay attention to me. So in essence, what am I trying to say? When you want to create a lead magnet, the message that you are going to use for your lead magnet must be very specific in order for you to attract your ideal audience or your audience type. All right. So that is what I'm trying to say. So, which means that when you want to break down your audience types, like I said, you don't just be, you don't need to be general or generic. You need to do what? Be specific. So when you break down your audience type, you break it down so well that you are able to mention or call out their names using a characteristic trait. It could be a pain point, it could be their location, it could be what they do within a particular audience segmentation. Okay. For example, I gave us an example of saying business owner, but later we discovered that business owner was so generic. And I went further to do what? To break it down to hair vendors, skincare vendors, affiliate marketers. Okay, so unless you want to run a blanket advert, that's a blanket campaign, then you can spend your money anyhow. But the more specific you are, the more results you're going to get, the more tailored your message is, and the more attention people are going to pay to you. Okay, and that is going to maximize your ad budget, so something like that. Okay, so it's very important that your ad is very, very detailed. You break down your audience, you are very specific in order to get people's attention in an easy way. Okay, so these are the 6 strategic processes you need to take before you start running your email marketing campaign. All right, these are the 6 strategies you need to pay attention to before you start running your email marketing campaign. Now, before I end this live section, okay, remember, you must have your goal in mind. What do you want to sell? You want to sell XYZ number of a particular product or your services, whichever one. Then the next question you need to answer is, who are your audience? What do you need to, who are your audience? Who are the specific group of people? When you identify your audience, remember, you need to segment them. You need to choose an audience from your audience segmentation. Now, when you've chosen your audience from your audience segmentation, the next thing you need to do is to do what? You need to ask yourself, this audience, how do I build a list with them? What product do I have to sell to them later, not immediately? All right. Now, when you answer that question, the next thing is, what is the what's that valuable thing that I'm going to give them? Okay, because you need to give them something that is free and that is valuable, that can help them satisfy their pain point or their immediate need, or even answer a question for them, or anything that is related to a problem they have right now. Okay, so when you are able to do that, remember your goal. Why you want to do email marketing? Why do you want to do email marketing to a particular group of people? Why? Because you want to sell to them, but selling is the last thing that you're going to do. What is the type of audience that you are going to reach out to? Who are they? Remember that when you reach out to an audience without knowing the type of product you want to sell to them, later, not immediately, your goal, in fact, you end up being confused and you're not going to market well in your email. So that is why I said setting your goal is very important. Knowing your audience, who you want to sell to, then identifying the product. What is that product you want to sell that that particular audience needs? And when you understand that, then you know your traffic source. Then you create your lead magnet. Okay, because your audience is more like a function of your product. All right, your audience is a function of your product. So what is that product that you want to sell? Because you knowing your audience help you know your product. You knowing your product help you know your audience. For example, the example I gave before, I want to sell to digital marketing. I want to sell my digital marketing service to health workers. Or more like, there was this campaign I ran recently. I was selling my digital marketing service to health and wellness lifestyle vendors and coaches who happens to be, most of them are network marketers who want to sell more products, more of their products to people. People that are more interested in living a holistic life using natural remedies and stuff like that. Okay, so after I was able to identify who I want to sell to, all right, and their pain points, what happened? I had to define my product, which is what? Digital marketing. I want to help them make more sales. All right. So I was able to identify my audience, which is what? The health and wellness vendors. All right. Or experts, whichever one that they call themselves. Okay. So the next thing is to do what? When I was done with that, I have to identify the free value. What's the lead magnet I'm going to use to attract their attention, to get them to join or enter my email list, my email marketing list. All right, that I'll use in targeting them. Okay, so remember, like I said initially, email marketing is not about selling at the first sight of contact. No, I was able to differentiate the difference between marketing and selling. You don't just start building your email marketing and you start selling to them. No, you need to do what? Build relationship with them through what? Marketing. And that's why it's called email marketing, because you need to do what? Create an awareness. You need to build a brand. You need to create awareness of what you do. Get them to know you, like you, and trust you. Okay, so you need to take your time to do what? To pencil down the valuable things you give them. For example, if you're doing email marketing, you need to create at least a 30 days content that you're going to give them for free. Okay, and this content you're giving them, you're going to be educating them, communicating with them, informing them. All right, so you need to pay attention to all these things. Okay, so when you give them enough valuable content through your content marketing inside your email marketing, then within a period of time, you've been able to do what? You've been able to build trust. And when you build trust, when people know you, when people like you, when people trust you, guess what? They can willingly buy from you. They'll even feel indebted to buy from you because you've given them so much. All right? And they'll be willing to transact with you. They'll be willing, whatever offer you try them, they'll be willing to pay. Why? Just like initially I told you guys on Zoom, I know some of you are sleeping off. I say, you guys, whatever I ask you to pay right now, you pay because you trust me well enough. All right? We've built that relationship. That bond is there. Okay, so learn to give your audience relevant content that can help solve their immediate problem. Okay, immediate problem, give them relevant content that they can learn from, relevant content that can keep them informed of things happening around them or things that they need to know before they take an action on something. Give them relevant content that gives them statistics of things or content that educates and entertain them. So most of the times your content can make them laugh, which is part of the game. Entertaining content, educating content, informative content. All right. So while you're doing that, you're building you're creating your brand awareness. You're creating a perception in their mind. You're building a relationship with them. So after building your relationship with them through content, email marketing, then you can now do what? Sell to them, because they will be ready to buy from you because they know you, they like you, and they trust you. So when you've not built a relationship with them, you have no right to sell to them. Remember, do not sell to them at the first point of contact. Okay? So hope you know what to do from this moment. If you want to start, for those of you that say you want to start your email marketing campaign in your business, you need to follow through the 6 strategies I gave us. Okay, so hope you know that you can also use a lead magnet to build your WhatsApp list, because email marketing kind of go hand in hand with your WhatsApp marketing. Why? Because when you're running ads on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, it's not your property. Tomorrow, the owners of this platform can decide to lock you out. But when you are able to draw people's attention from any of these traffic source and pull it into your email list or your WhatsApp list by you having their contacts, they become your property. They become your assets. Okay, so the same way, the same thing you're doing in your email marketing, you can actually use the same thing, the lead magnet, to build your WhatsApp list. Because at the point of asking them to make an exchange for the free information you're giving them, you are giving them a form to give you their name. Sometimes you don't even need their name, but you are giving them a form to give you their name, their email address, and their phone number. Okay, so when they give you the phone number, you can also build your WhatsApp list as much as you did with the email marketing. Okay, so when they give you their details based on whatever you ask them to give you on their squeeze page, you can set up an automation. Now, email marketing, there are different email marketing softwares you can use, which you can set up automation. Same for WhatsApp, you can set up automations that can deliver to them effectively without you always stressing yourself to send them messages every day. You can just decide to sit down, do the work for 1 day or 2 days, 48 hours, set up the 30 days messaging sequence, and do what? Automate the process. Okay, I have one of the best software I use that help me automate my email marketing and my WhatsApp marketing sequence. So if you're interested, maybe send me a DM if you're on TikTok or Instagram. If you're on YouTube, you can comment below or check the description. I'm going to drop a link for you to connect with me so that I can give you access to the software I use. Though I use system.io, but it's quite pricey. I have a link that a Godfather link I'm going to give you that gives you an opportunity to pay or to enroll at 70% discount. All right, it's very, very important. Though there's a free option for that, but when you're ready to upgrade, you'll be having the 70% discount. And I also use for now Wamation, though there's a new WhatsApp automation that is like a new kid in the block, but I'm also going to share that with you, but not here. So for the Wamation, I also have a link for a Godfather offer that I'll give you a 70% discount. So what you need to do is just to send me a DM if you want to have access to the software I use for my email marketing and my WhatsApp marketing with the 70% discount, and you're going to have access to that. All right. I know some of you're asking me how you can connect with me on the link on my bio or send me a DM. If you're on TikTok, send me a DM. If you're on YouTube, check the description. I dropped a link, or just make a comment below this video and I'm going to reply you, or check my bio, you see a link there. Okay, so if you're, yeah, you can also send me an email at Augusta. You can send me an email. Very, very important. Okay, and those of you on Zoom, yeah, I always send an email. If you're not receiving my email, check your spam. Then there's something you need to do. You need to click on the button that is saying this email is not harmful or something, so that my email can be dropping in your inbox. All right. Now, there are things you need to know, that there are things you need to do in order for your email to be dropping in people's inbox instead of the spam. Okay, so if my mail drops in your spam, you need to go and open it and click on it's not a spam. Then it will start dropping in your inbox. All right. So note, at the beginning when we started, I talked about bonding. Bonding with your audience, bonding with your list is very, very important. Building that relationship, because guess what? Everything we do in this life, more especially business, is built on what? The foundation of relationships. So it's best for you to position yourself in the inbox of people, not just in their mind, but in their inbox. And that's why it's very important for you to make sure that you are using software that delivers your email directly to the inbox of people. But even at that, when you build your list, your first contact with them, make sure you send them an email telling them, just in case, or maybe when they are giving you their details, just make sure that at your first point of contact, you tell them, just in case you don't see the email, check your spam. And when you see it in your spam, click on the button saying this mail is not a spam, so that it can start dropping inside their inbox instead of in their spam. All right. So the other side of email marketing is called follow up through list segmentation. For example, when you sent an email to people, maybe after nurturing them, and you want to upsell them something indirectly. Now, you can tell them, click on this button to take advantage of the offer or the bonuses you've given them. Now, when they take action, there's a segmentation that happens, an automated segmentation that happens that help you to follow up on people that took action on the button to take advantage of what you're selling to them, people that was able to pay, people that were not able to pay, people that has finished a particular level and you want to onboard them to the next level. That is the next level, or that's the second side of email marketing, okay, which is what? The follow-up segmentation. Okay, so you need to have a different segmentation list, such as where, just like I described, people clicking on a button or opting in on an offer or opting out, or didn't buy. Maybe they tried to pay with their card, it wasn't going, abandoned carts or stuff like that. Amazon does this well, even Jumia does it well. Most of this e-commerce platform does it well. So the follow-up sequence tend to do what? Follow them up based on an action that they tried to take but did not complete. All right, or trying to move them to a next level of onboarding to anything that you are giving to them. Okay, either from a general list to a specific list. That is what follow-up sequence means. Okay, and guess what? All these things you can, in fact, I have a software where you can do all these things at just in one place. You don't need different places, everything just in one place. Okay, so to get started with your email marketing, you need an email marketing software. Like I said, there are different software out there you can use, but one of the best I use is Systemi. So Systemi and Wamation. All right, but it's not free, though one is free, but it has a maximum number of 500 lists. So, and I know each and every one of you I'm talking to, you don't want to remain at 500 lists, you want to grow big and you need to upgrade. So in order for you to upgrade, you need to pay. So send me a message. Instead of you paying the huge sum of money they're asking you to pay, send me a message. I'm going to give you a link that is going to help you pay, register on the platform, so that you'll be able to take advantage of the Godfather offer at 70%. Those of you on YouTube, I'll drop the link in the description. Those of you on TikTok and Instagram, just send me a DM. All right, then I'll give you the link. All right, so I believe at this point I've answered all the questions. So thank you very much for your time, and see you in our next live section. So bye bye, Instagram, TikTok. Thank you very much. YouTube. Thank you very much.